Good morning everybody, and once again welcome back to the channel. In this particular video or hands-on lab, I would leverage and show you how you can use Kafka Connect with Iceberg. And in this one, I would show you a multi-table fan-out pattern with that. Perfect for multi-tenant data ingestion. Not only that, we are going to be leveraging the variant data type out of the box. So basically we have multiple data. Let me actually show you the architecture diagram. Hopefully it makes sense, easy and easy, right? So you guys can see my screen now, right? Let me expand this a little bit. Okay. So you have multiple tenant data that is flowing into a Kafka topic. A single Kafka topic, of course, can have many partitions, right? Now from there, we're gonna be leveraging, of course, the Kafka Connect. We're gonna do, of course, locally, but I'm walking you over the architecture first. So we're gonna be leveraging Kafka Connect, and then we'll be using a route field. So based on the route field, I want a separate Iceberg table for each one of them. Not only that, when these Iceberg tables are created by Kafka Connect, I would wanna have those fields. Certain fields should be a data type variant. Now, this is currently not possible in the open source version. So I basically added a small configuration change on my forked version. So this allows us, to create these target Iceberg table with the variant data type. Because in the open source one, right, you had to first go and create the Iceberg table with Spark and then start the Kafka Connect. Or if you use the auto table create, it will create the table with struct or string, which is not what I want. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this particular lab. So hopefully the entire lab makes sense. And now let's get straight into action. Alright, so the first step, I will walk you to the code repository. This is the repository and the directory. So the first thing that we would need to do is in the script, we have init.shell. This particular script will go to my GitHub. If I can actually open up very quickly without wasting much of time. I have my forked version of Iceberg over here. As you can see, you can see forked, right, from Apache Iceberg. So this will clone that repository, and then it's gonna build the Kafka Connect jar for me. So step one, what we wanna do is we wanna say script, and then we wanna do init.shell. This can take a time because it's gonna clone the repository, do install Maven, and then it's gonna build the jar files. So I will stop the video and then I'll show you the result after this is complete. All right, as you can see, the build is complete. It took about a few minutes, so you can see that, right? Now, after this is complete, you will see a folder Kafka Connect. Inside that, you will see three files: connect fork.cp. This is where you will have Hadoop common 3.4.3 jar. So it allows you to do the lab. The Kafka Connect runtime jar, right, and a zip file over here. Again, these three files are generated after the step one. The next step that we want to do is we want to spin up the entire stack. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. You have a Kafka broker, you have a Kafka Connect, so you can see the topics through some UI, right? You have Kafka UI, right, and the Kafka Connect itself. And the most important that you will see in the Kafka Connect is, I believe, the volume. Where is it? Let me see. Yeah, it's in the Connect section. So you can see inside the volume section, right, we have mounted our Kafka Connect jar over here, right? So hopefully that makes sense, right? And if you want to, dump data to S3 or any other location, you can set the appropriate credentials as well. But again, we are doing it locally, so I can show you. So again, that's that. Now the next step is very straightforward. We want to spin up the stack. So we want to say docker compose up minus d. This will spin up the stack, and if it doesn't work, just do it again. Hopefully it should work. Okay. Now after that, you can head over to localhost 8080. This is where you will see the Kafka Connect UI. You can see topics, brokers, and etc. Okay. Now what I want you to do is go to your Docker desktop, click on the Python container, click on the exec one. Now we need to create a sample topic and push some data files into it. To do that, I have a simple command. Once you're exec into the container, again, the directory is already mounted, right? So you don't have to worry. So all you have to do is just say python run producer.py. This will push some messages into the Kafka topic, which I will show you what those messages looks like. Okay. So let me go to Kafka Connect, go to topics, and you can see orders. This is what I'm gonna use to teach you. And this is where we'll learn that multi-fanout pattern. Observe here one thing very carefully. You have order ID, site ID. So basically based on a site, I want a fan out. That's basically what I want to do. You can see a column called event variant. And there are some bunch of complex attributes. And my goal is basically to create this particular column into a variant. So when Iceberg or when, so my end result is for each site I want an iceberg table, and this column should be a variant. When that iceberg table is created, this should be a variant. Okay, so that's my end goal. I clearly defined, and this pattern is fairly known in the ad tech world, right? Like variant and semi-structured data in general. Okay, so that's that. So hopefully that makes sense, right? So the next step is what we need to do is, once we have the topic, once you have published some data, now we need to register the iceberg sync. This is where I'll spend some time to explain you over here. Okay, order.apache.iceberg.connect iceberg sync connector. So I'm using the sync connector over here. Number of tasks, you can set it to 1 or 2 since you're playing right now. The path, this is the local path to the warehouse. Since we are doing it locally and I want to try things out, right, and I want to show you, I'm using a local path, but this could be an S3 as well. Okay, the most important one here is the, as you can see, dynamic enable to true, right? Then iceberg.table.auto create enable to true. So I'm saying that, hey, automatically if you find new tables, create that. And the route field is iceberg table. You can see this table, right? Default.orders.site, or you can even take site ID if needed, right? So this can be whatever you like. I'll do site ID to show you. Okay. Partition, I would like to partition my each fan out iceberg table by date, and this is the new part that's not in the open source, which is in my forked version. So what I'm saying is, hey, inside my Kafka, I have a column called event variant. When you basically do a create table, I make sure you do not do struct or string. Make sure the data type is variant. So through that, I can specify a list of comma separated values for which I want the iceberg table to create as a variant. So that's that. Now I took some more example just to like teach you a little bit here, right? So you can see date. This is a string date, right? So what I did is, again, in Kafka Connect you have like transform. I'm using the default transform here, timestamp converter value. So you can see it takes an order date and it basically formats the date, right? So in case if you have scenarios like that, you know, you have string dates coming in, you can use a transform there as well. After that, let me see if there's anything else I need to explain you over here. Yeah, these are just like default values. So I don't think I need to explain anything further here. Again, Iceberg version is set to V3. So at this point, let me go ahead and then say scripts, and then I'll do register iceberg sync connector. This will register my iceberg sync connector now. Now to check the status, what you may or you can do is there are a bunch of curl commands which will be given to you. So for example, so you can do iceberg sync status and you can do JQ. So this will basically tell you whether the iceberg sync is running or not. So if I were to do that, you can see my iceberg sync is now running. Okay, so just wanted to walk you over that. Now, if I were to like expand this directory, again, in before this was not there. So now look at that, you can see site A, site B, site C. These are actual values that are coming from the routing field. And then here you can see the metadata. So for each one, the metadata has been created, and fairly soon you will see the data files also coming up. Okay, so I'm just gonna publish some maybe more data into the Kafka topic at this point. Oops, let me push some more data, and at this point oh look, I think it just flushed. Okay, you can see that, right? The date, right? You can see the date over here, right? You can see that the Kafka Connect is now working in action, and it's like ingesting data into each respective iceberg sync over here. Now the next part is I'll show you, of course, querying this using Spark.